Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, another episode of Caffeine and Green with your man, Connor Cardenas. And before we get into it today, I just want to give a huge shout out to the title sponsor of Caffeine and Green, which is 7 Seas Roasting Company, coming straight out of San Diego, California. My home roaster, and most of the time where you'll find me during the week. Now, what's so great about 7 Seas Roasting is that we're doing things a little bit different in specialty coffee. We're working with coffee farmers in villages in Laos and Vietnam, and we're bringing those coffees to life. But along with that, we're also showcasing other amazing coffees, Colombia's, Ethiopians, Guatemala's, Mexican coffees, which is coming down the pipe, so get ready, y'all. Now, full transparency, I am the head roaster at 7 Seas, as most of you know. But regardless, I think by now y'all know that I'm giving you straight fire with that coffee. So what I want you to do is head over to 7seasroasting.com, put in my code C&G at checkout, and you're going to get a deal, which is 3 bags of coffee for $30. I mean, that's a no-brainer if you really think about it, because 2 bags is $32 right there. So you're essentially getting 1 bag of coffee for free. It's a no-brainer, like I said. Now, right now, we have the El Jaguar, which is amazing. It's chocolate. It's nutty. It has a little bit of orange zest up front. We also have an array of new Lao coffees. The Katuat Village, we have the Phodom Kwan, and we also have the classic Setapung. Now, we also have some other things coming down the pipe, again, like I mentioned, so be ready, but that's what you have to choose for, and we have amazing, they're amazing coffees. I really hope you guys enjoy it, and again, use that code C&G at checkout. That's CANDG, and you're going to get that deal 3 for $30. Now, unfortunately, the charity coffees, which is the Kaha Collective and the Spikes Roast, don't come in this deal. But you still have so many coffees to choose from, it's all G. So head over, guys, C&G at checkout to get that deal. My guest today, Shieldless Magazine. They are a new skateboard online publication, and they happen to be owned, operated by 2 amazing skateboarders that are personal friends of mine, and their names are Mr. Reuben Barrack and Nick Shields. I had them on today because the theme of the show is to promote the homies and their shine, and just promote what they're doing. They're hustling, they're motivating, and that's what they're doing right now. Nick lives in Portland. Reuben lives here. They're doing this online publication. Nick came all the way out here just to do interviews and to promote more episodes for their publication. If that's not hustling and motivating, I don't know what is. Not only are they 2 amazing individuals, but these 2 guys have been my friends. We've skated together. We've been through battles together, and I've even driven them to the hospital or to the homie's house when they broke their ankle so they could go to the hospital. I love these dudes. These guys are my boys. Please have a great time listening to this. I loved doing it, and be on the lookout for the Shieldless Magazine. They did an interview with me, so it's coming out soon. So shout out to all the homies. Shout out to my boys, Mr. Nick Shields, Mr. Reuben Barrack, Shieldless Mag. This your time to shine, homies. Let's go. Caffeine and Green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Good. Caffeine and Green. And we are live. Welcome to Caffeine and Green, gentlemen. Get it. Oh,
that was a buttery one.
Hold on. I have to drink both of these now.
Oh. Wait, so we're live?
Yeah, we're live. We're live on Twitch. Cheers. Salud, amigos.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Thank you for being here today.
Salud. So this is the part where you just told us it's our time to shine.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is it's time to shine, homie. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Dude, Leslie, I was doing one the other day, and she was like, "You didn't sound that hyped." I was like, "Shut the fuck." It's like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "I'm just saying, I've heard other ones, and you should probably redo that." And I was like, "Oh, damn, my wife's hella critiquing me
Dude, she's
now."
looking out for you.
Yeah. I was like, I played it back the next morning. So I was like, you know what? It's just late. I just need to close it. I woke up the next morning, I listened to it, and I was like, oh, it is kind of weak. She was like, see? Told you. I was like, damn. I don't like admitting that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
she's a keeper, though.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Either way.
She was right.
She was completely right.
Yeah.
But boys, Gentlemen, men, you are here today.
Thanks for having us.
Shieldless Mag. We have Mr. Reuben Barrack. We have Mr. Nick Shields holding it down. Tell me, I mean, you listen to the podcast. I get right into it. So, what is Shieldless Mag for the people who don't know and who are listening out there right now?
Shieldless Mag is a online skateboarding magazine, shieldlessmag.com. It's a magazine that focuses on creative and entrepreneurial, multi-dimensional skateboarders and their passions outside of the realm of physically riding a skateboard. So just to focus on the homies and support the homies and give them a platform to show what they do on and off the board and stuff like that.
Using like video segments.
Yeah, video segments. We're doing some written Q&A interviews that feature photos, and I don't know, the world is our oyster. We can do whatever the fuck we want with it.
Yep. 100% sparked and curated by skateboarders. Everything down to the music and everything that we edit.
Tight. And so first and foremost, for people who don't know you guys have been homies for a long time.
Yeah.
As long as I've known you guys have always been homies.
Yeah, since like junior high.
Yeah.
So a hot minute.
We're 25 now.
Oh, damn. So like we're talking like 10, 11 years deep friendship.
Yeah.
All right. Why start the publication?
Honestly, I mean, we just found ourselves kind of caught up in the grind of having day jobs. Like we both work, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And you just get caught up in a lot of stuff, like where your whole life becomes your job if you're not doing something outside of that. And I just got inspired to do something and hit up my boy Reuben over here and was just like, dude, let's do a magazine. And then we came up with this concept and just put a lot of passion and effort into it, and it's been really exciting.
Yes. Reuben, what does it mean to you? Why did you want to do it?
Well, I think just going back to the conception of it, I'm really happy that we're doing this project because Nick and I both feel that there was a lack of this style of content that's being produced for skateboarders. Like you see a lot of video series out there, like they do an Out There segment on Thrasher where they focus on a lot of pro skateboarders that have their individual businesses that they run or like other personal passions that they're doing outside of skating. But, nobody really focuses on people that work full-time jobs and like have lives outside of skateboarding. So we really wanted to focus on skateboarders as multi-dimensional figures for the community, and we're all connected and we have a lot of people here locally and abroad throughout the states that we've been reaching out to, and it's really helped us get this going from the ground running. And really, it was just a lack of day in the life videos. Nobody really makes those anymore.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Yeah, and it's just like as when you're a kid, like you just want to see skateboarding, cut, welcome to hell, whatever, As we get older, like I'm more interested in like the people behind it, like what they do when they're not skating. And like, a lot of skateboarders run businesses or have like do something artistic or something like that. And those are the videos that I'm interested in. And those are the videos that I want to make, but more on like the low key, like homie level, and support people who could use the support, not like millionaires or nothing.
Millionaires and skateboarders. That's what we need to make happen. Millionaires and
we need more millionaires in skateboarding that don't ride for Nike.
Do you think there's a lot of skateboarders who are like millionaires off of Nike shoes?
There's probably a handful. I'd say like 5 or so.
Oh,
P-Rod,
sure, like
Nija, Shane, Stefan for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I think there's a fair amount. They do other things, not just Nike, but...
Oh, yeah. Of course. They're probably doing commercials,
Don't
too.
get me started.
Honestly, talking about models and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, skateboarding is definitely going in that direction.
Yeah.
You were just telling me about some dude earlier who was like a model. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That's like a thing now.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty standard.
Isn't that funny? Because skaters used to be like so dirty and like rough and like...
there's still some out there.
Yeah, there are, but it's like, it was just like, oh, you're a skateboarder? Like, you're fucking scum. And now it's like, everybody wants to look like skateboarders, and they want skateboarders in their fucking catalogs and on their runway.
It's all you see in Vogue and other fashion magazines.
Really?
Skateboarders is being the trend for it, which like a lot of it I do actually back. Like I don't know, illegal civilization. A lot of those guys, like they were just recently on the cover of a magazine. I think it was in either Paris or Japan, but it was called Slipper, and it was like the new hottest like trend in skateboarding. And like I like what those kids are doing because they're young, they're cultivating it just like all with their friends, and it's all organic.
Yeah.
And like they are like actual skateboarders, and like they rip, and like they're just doing it. All kids from similar neighborhoods just out there having fun.
Yeah, Knockel's from that crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Knockel's fucking badass.
Yeah, Kevin White. Shout out
Dude,
to Jumpman.
Yes,
Jumpman's sick.
Dude, shout out Kevin White. He's the homie.
Yeah.
Dude, I just found a picture of him and Raider. Dude, I was
Oh,
like,
No way.
we're at OB
Shit.
Park, dude.
No way.
Dude, yeah. Kevin, if you listen to this, I'll send you the photo.
Oh hell yeah!
Hey,
He
dude.
was we did a video on Reuben's film photography for the website, and there was a photo of Kevin in Copenhagen in the
What?
yeah.
Yep.
Sick.
It's a photo of Kevin and our buddy Albert. He runs Alice Skate Shop out
Alice
there.
Skate shop?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alice.
That's the shop. Like when you go to Copenhagen Open or whatever, like that's the shop.
Oh, everybody goes to?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's located in Christiania, and we were doing a little side mission at the Hoolit DIY, which me, my friend Steven Levos, Alex Clark, and
What?
Nick
All the
Peters.
homies.
Yeah. It was fun. Michaela was out there. Michaela
Which one is that?
Mariani.
She's like the girl skater from OB who like always shreds, super skinny, but she's always been killing like nollie flips and shit like that.
I don't know if I know her.
You probably know her if you saw her.
Wait,
She's a legend.
What's her
Long
Instagram
hair.
tag?
Makula.
Michaela.
I don't know if I know her. Anyways. Yeah.
Shout out Michaela.
Yeah, shout
we
out.
grew up with her. She was like the girl skater in our group,
Okay.
like in our little skate crew.
Solid.
She's
Yeah.
still a homie.
So she was out there too?
Yeah.
Tight.
And also our homie Trevor Ward. But yeah, we had the pleasure of skating out there. We got to help build at the DIY skate park out there called Hoolit. So
Whoa.
we were just all kicking it out there, and we were on a side mission one day, and luckily got a photo of the both of them. I was really hyped on.
Dude, that's Chris Russell was telling me about the fucking side missions on the Copenhagen, when you like take the train, and then when you're going around the whole time you're like doing side missions, or like you get off the train or something like that, and then he's like, yeah, there's like tricks down a rail or this, that, and this, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So is that one of those things?
Absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's
And
interesting.
It's also extremely difficult because you're hopping on ferries, or you're hopping on like little tour buses that they have out there. Like, yeah, like it's like a nonstop little circus show. And you're also just popping champagne, drinking. They have a beer out there. It's it's called Tuborg, and they have these golden lady beers that, oh man, you have a couple of those and you're pretty dusted.
Oh, dude.
Sounds like a good time.
Before it was Copenhagen Open, then like everybody was invited. It was Copenhagen Pro, like back in the day.
Yeah,
And,
the pro one. Yeah.
in 2013 when I went to Europe, that was like the last one that they did of like Copenhagen Pro, and they had a best trick contest over this cake, and a fucking stripper came out of the cake.
What?
Yeah, dude, just topless in front of like hundreds of little dirty skater kids from all over the world.
Dude,
Were you there with Nikolai when you
Yeah,
saw that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Dude,
Sick.
Stevie told me some crazy stuff about when he went to Copenhagen, about like the hash and weed discs that they put in top of the watermelon or whatever that was smoking it out of. I don't know. I could be totally making that up.
No,
Yeah,
no. It's
no.
it's
Is that,
the
was
thing.
that what
They-
it was?
When the year that I went out there, which was 2018, they had like a watermelon bong that they were smoking. It was the 20-year celebration of skate shop Alice and the bowl that they have in Christiania, which they call the Wonderland Bowl. And yeah, it was heavy. Like fools are just taking heavy revs off of that watermelon bong. It was so funny. Yeah, at that point, I mean, I had already had my fair share of golden ladies, so I was just watching, but it was a good time, man.
Dude, yeah. I've heard multiple like just stories about that place. It sounds like a lot of fun. But just to kind of bring it back, sorry, got a
sidetrack.
sidetrack.
I was just thinking that.
We had our own side mission right now.
Dude, I know. It was a lot of good time. But the one thing that I also want, like, so you guys started talking about making this thing happen, and then how did the execution start, and how did you decide your first, like, who planned out the first episode?
So we knew that like launching the website, we were going to have a baseline of content. Like, so instead of dropping something out weekly. We're like, let's just drop, like 5 or 6 things so that people go to the site and they see there's like stuff there. So we knew we wanted to do videos and stuff. So I bought a camera, taught myself how to use it. Got Final Cut Pro, taught myself how to use that. And I just grew up like constantly seeing all the skateboard content that I could. So I kind of just mimicked the videos that I watch online and stuff, and just learned how to cut them up. And, you don't even realize like what you absorb when you're like watching those videos, but it kind of just transcends into making your own. And then we had to create the website, and like you can outsource that kind of stuff, but I really wanted like full control over it. So I learned how to do that too. And that was probably the hardest thing.
Like coding and stuff like that?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done much coding, but it's a lot of Googling for sure.
Yeah. So you taught yourself through like
together.
YouTube and stuff?
Yeah. YouTube and just articles and stuff like that. And, but yeah, we just made it happen. We could have reached out to people and like gotten help or whatever, but it was about doing it ourselves. Like that's what it's all about. And like learning a new skill, like that's the cool thing for me that's come with it.
So you're doing a lot of, sounds like the front end and the back end, also the filming of the content. So like Reuben, where do you fall in line with like the website, and like you're the main interviewee? You're like what we did today for when we did an interview for an episode, or
just a video.
A video just to do. And we're not done. We're going to do some more tomorrow. Yeah. So like, are you like the host of the website, or like?
So yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to like put a term for my role, I mean, I think me and Shields pretty much co-curate everything. Like when it comes down to the style of the video, how we're framing our guests when we're positioning everything for the interview, like we always have a good rapport, and we always discuss how we want things to look aesthetically before we proceed. So yeah, I mean, I would say I'm like, like a co-host, I would say, but yeah, I try to ask all like most of the questions when we're interviewing guests. I also try to reach out to a lot of the artists that we've supplied, especially for the music content that we've had. A lot of local artists, a lot of friends who I met from San Diego, but I met them while I was a student at Santa Cruz, and we've used a lot of their music, like my friend Izzy Kaufman.
Sick.
Yeah, so like
that's cool.
That's another level of it too, and why we've been so hyped to do this is because it's been putting us in contact with people that we know in skateboarding that we've met through higher education or other outlets in life, and we're all able to come back and utilize each other to make a product that we're really hyped on.
Yeah, I mean, and then so you're also utilizing people like other outlets from different cities, so automatically you're able to like show people who might not even be into skateboarding, but like their work is getting used in this video, and they're like, hell yeah,
dude,
you're stoking them out.
The internet is a wonderful resource, man. Like,
dude, it really is.
The way you can connect with people and show things and like experience things, like it can be overwhelming sometimes, but it can also be a really great thing.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, this ties back to a question I think you had asked me earlier today. It's like, how did you do for the podcasting? It's like, dude, it's all YouTube, all Google.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You just have to take the time, spend the hours to really learn how you're going to do something and really just put it into action. Because like at the end of the day, nobody's going to do a damn thing for you. You got to do it for yourself.
Just like skateboarding.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to fucking take your feet and show you how to do a kickflip. Like, you got to fucking try it 100 times until you get it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention this. Like, one of the things that really inspires us is like why people do this shit. Like, and what it is about skateboarders that gives them their drive to like explore other things. And like you don't have to do this podcast every week, but you choose to. Yeah. And like the decision behind that, I think kind of stems back to that DIY aspect of skateboarding and like coming up that way. And that's what we want to explore.
I think it's even more so than that. I mean, like, I think like the ways that I would do this is like you do it for a reason to keep in contact with people, but then it starts to become like a network of people that you might not know them like the best, but if you do see that person, all of a sudden you have a connection, and then like your network is just getting stronger, and it's just amazing things can happen. Is if you have bigger network, more likely than not, there's going to be somebody in your network of somebody who like something's going to come up and you'll be like, oh, you know what? I could hire that person to do this and put money in somebody else's pocket and they're eating. And it's like, that's tight. So that's like, I think one thing that could be a motivation, especially now, like when you guys put together like a beautiful piece, you know, that was one thing I wanted to touch on. You're like talking about how you just phrased it. Sorry, right now.
Skateboarders
doing with drive or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I wanted to know what motivates you guys. I mean, you wanted to do the website and you wanted to do this and you've been homies and all these things, but like what is your vision of this product that you're basically producing? Like what is separating you guys from a Thrasher? What's separating you guys from any other outlet? Because I mean, you can even see skateboarding on Complex, you know, right now. It's like, so what are you guys like? What motivates you? What's your like passion with it?
Yeah, I mean, kind of what I touched on earlier is just like it kind of has that homey, like hometown hero feel to it, you know, like we want to showcase people that are multidimensional, like, and not necessarily as known or have the exposure, and put them on a platform that like only lifts them up and like shows them for who they really are. And like, you know, in turn doing that, like, just, yeah, I mean, like just supporting the homies, like really that's it. It's like there's a lot of people that have helped us get to where we are through skateboarding, and you meet so many creative individuals, and you know, if we're able to highlight what they do that helps, you know, make them feel fulfilled in their lives and like gives them a sense of purpose and like shows how passionate they are and like how it is, you know, how it's showcased through the product and what they're creating, like then yeah, we want to highlight that. We want to showcase that as much as possible.
Do you have like a certain angle, Reuben, that you would say that you are trying to push, like, and not a creative way? Like this is also your creative outlet. So you as like, you know, co-host, co-creator of this Shieldless Mag, do you have an idea of kind of the direction that you're trying to take it? Like what you want to see, like your certain style, like you could pick a skateboarder right now that you're going to like that you would want to like fully promote, that you're like, yeah, this is my dude. Like walk me through what that person might look like, what they might be doing, like kind of like a criteria, if you will.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like somebody that I've been wanting to reach out to, so that we can try and potentially do an article for Shieldless Mag would be my good friend Vinny. He is a tree trimmer. He's also a rad skateboarder. He is working on filming the new Zero video right now.
Sick.
Yeah, so again, it's like he has a lot of different things happening in his life. Like he's somebody that skates and works full-time in skateboarding, but also has to support themselves. And they, you know, also has other hobbies that need to be tended to, and you're just trying to find that balance in your life. So I think for me, it's important to like, you want to reach out and you want to create something where you're showing your friends that are working hard, grinding just as hard as you're doing, and you want to make sure that they're feeling supported and being shown in a way that's like hyping them up and just like, you know, making sure that they're represented in a light that shows like, damn, like they're dedicated to what they're doing, like, and it comes from skateboarding 100%.
Yeah. What about you, Nick? What do you have a certain look that you're looking for? Do you have a certain motivation that you're like, yes, this is why I want to do that? This is like the look I'm going for too, or like just creatively?
Yeah, I mean, just finding like good people that do cool things and like that are ripping skaters that are, you know, it's all of our dreams when we're young to like go pro and be like a professional skateboarder, but we don't all make it there. And the fact that I can make a video about somebody who maybe didn't make it there, but they still get that feeling of like these people like want to know about me and like what I do and stuff like that. It could give them that same feeling as like of like making it or something like that. But
sick.
But also just like I don't know, like just cool people that we want to support and like yeah, I'll do a video on a pro skater. I think they're fucking sick. Like Shuriken, it does amazing things with his photo art and like wall boards and like,
hell yeah, he does,
simpler times and shit. Like I would love to do a video with a professional skateboarder. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but like I also want to support like the hometown hero, the family man, the working man. Like I want to give that sense like of skateboarders are not just like this or that. They're all over the place, and they can do cool shit. And yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Just people who are killing it.
Yeah, they're killing
in some shape or form. Like, I think that's rad.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that also now that you're acquiring these new skills that you can actually apply that to maybe a potential future job, or even something that you're like, hey, you know, I'm learning these skills right now. I could take this to something else, like filming other things, becoming a cinematographer, something like that.
You know, I thought about that, and Reuben mentioned that early on, like, hey, dude, you're learning all this stuff. Like, you can turn this into a job, but I would only want it to be a job if it was Shieldless Mag. Like, I don't want to go film some fucking bullshit hot sauce interview or whatever that they're fucking doing. Like I'm not going to get any passion out of that. I might make money. Like, that's cool. But I don't want to sit there and fucking edit stupid stuff like that. Like, I do this. I don't like editing. I don't like being a filmer. Like, I never was that kid in the group that was filming. Like, I wanted to skate with my friends, not sit there and film them. But
yeah,
I do this because I love it, dude. Like, I love seeing the final video and then like having it come out and like seeing my homies are like so hyped on it. Like our little homie Chris Hernandez up in Portland, we did a video on him and his thrifting resale page. And when he was the first one I ever interviewed, and so he just had like months and months of just like hearing about it, and it finally came out, and he just hit me up like, dude, this is so fucking sick. Like, he was so hyped.
He was
and like,
hyped.
Dude, that feeling, like, you know, because I'm worried, like I want to represent him well, and just that feeling of like him being hyped on it, like, I love that. That's what I want to do. Like, yeah, I could turn this into a job and do it for whatever, but I'm doing this because I'm passionate about it, and it brings me happiness. I don't want to taint that with like having to do other bullshit, you know?
Dude, yeah. I mean, well, you know, you're so young still,
Yeah.
so you're totally fine. But I totally back that. I mean, how do you, for both of you, either you guys can answer this, like, when I know you say killing it and stuff like that, but do you plan out weeks in advance? Do you, like, how do you hear about your potential guests? Instagram, through other individuals?
No, I mean, we really just kind of talk about it amongst ourselves. Like, when we were coming up with the kind of people that we had.
Yeah, we have a list. We've had a list for like 6 months of people.
Yeah.
Oh, so you already have guests like already planned.
We have people in our head, like friends that we grew up with or people that we know. Like,
cool.
Like, I think you've been on the list since day one. Like,
yeah,
dude, just
honored.
people
and
that
here we are.
Yeah,
dude.
Because I remember when you first went live or something, I was like, "Yo, where is this going? Like, I want to see this." And you were like, "Oh, it'll come out, blah blah." So I was like, "Put that on the list." Connor's doing a podcast. Like, we want to work with them. Like, it's all people that we know right now, and eventually we'll get into people that know people that we know. You know,
exactly. And that's when it starts to get really exciting, because then it's like unknown waters. You're like, I don't know this fool, but I know him through like this other person. Mm-hmm. Dude. And then Instagram, once you start meeting people through Instagram, that one's been the trip. Then this happens all the time, where I have a homie who has another homie, and he's like, I think you should meet. And then they'll put like a 3-way thing on Instagram, and it's like, hey, this is Kano, this is X, you know, fill in the blank. Mm-hmm. And then we go back and forth and have a conversation through Instagram, and then it's awesome. Like, meet on the day of the thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's so dope.
All right. Hell yeah.
Dude, that's so rad. Like, I can't wait for that. But also, like, you know, when you skate, like, there's a lot of people that you kind of know, like, you just see at the park and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Reuben, you can touch on this, but like, we did videos the last 2 days with Juan from Squeegee Prince and Dominic from C-Rat, and we know those dudes, but we didn't know them that well. So it's so cool to get to kick it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like, for one, like, yeah, Dominic is somebody I've always seen around, like, skating his own boards. He, for those of you who don't know, Dominic Maybill, he makes his own skateboards, hand presses them, stains them to completion.
Cuts them, shapes them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Like a surfer.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like shaping a surfboard. Yeah.
Sick.
Exactly. And, like, he's somebody that I've definitely always seen skating around and, like, always admired, but just never had the opportunity to, like, get on a session with them or get to, like, pick their brain about what they're doing outside of skating. And yeah, I mean, we got to go over and interview him and hear his thoughts on the whole process behind C-Rat and see him make a board from a plank that was pressed and fully shaped out, and like see it get stained and dried out, and it was fucking awesome.
Screen printed, all done in his garage.
Yeah,
it's so sick
by hand.
Yeah.
Damn, what a G.
And then like Juan, he started squeegee prints because Route 44 needed stickers, and he was like, I can probably figure out how to make you stickers. Now he has a whole fucking business. He's making T-shirts for Angels and Airwaves, like,
dude,
and shit like that.
I love Juan, dude.
Yeah.
Juan is so legit.
He's a ripping.
He also started skating when he was 17.
Yeah, he started skating at 17.
What the
he can do inverts and backside airs like no other. Shreds Washington Street.
Yeah,
he started.
Shreds.
Taught himself to play guitar at 25. He kills it playing blues music.
Dude.
Yeah, these are things I've always seen Juan skating. I told him like, the first time I saw Juan was at the Snatch DIY. Over by Qualcomm.
Oh my god, yeah, when he brought his dog,
pulled up with his dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was always like, damn, this fool is mashing, like he fucking rips, you know? And I was like, oh, interesting cat. And like, yeah, but that's the thing, it's like I'd only ever known him from skating, and I knew that he did squeegee prints, but it's really cool when you get to see people's stories come to life, and you get to really get down to the nitty-gritty and know them for who they are, and like it's rad that we get to, you know, emphasize that as much as possible.
Dude, I could not agree more with that Simeon said about Juan. Dude, I've known Juan for a good amount of time now, and every chance I get, I'll like send people to his way to make shirts. Dude,
it's quality.
He seriously was, when he first started squeegee prints, and he had like just a little spot, and it wasn't like the whole thing that he has now. Mm-hmm. It was just like one little, I don't know, shit area, if you will. And then he was like, "Yeah, you want to go skate?" And I was like, "Yeah." We went and fucking skated Imperial Park.
Yeah,
and then he did like down the street. A fucking hand plant on that bowl right there, and I was all,
the tiniest bowl in the world.
It's so sick though. Yeah. I love that place.
Yeah.
But I loved seeing that. And then, dude, to see where it's grown now, and he has his own printing shop, and then he'll have like a fucking, whenever he has the anniversary parties, he has like bands play, and like it's just crushing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I would say, like, going back to your question, like that's the perfect example of somebody I want to highlight. Okay, is that dude right there?
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Are you guys gonna have like separate webisodes for individual dudes, or would it be like Juan and then me, on the same episode?
Oh no.
Oh no.
They all get you all. Everybody gets their own episode per se. So we call this series "Skaters Doing Things," and it's you can call it episodes or like installments or whatever. But everybody gets their own, like, you know, whatever 4 to 5 minute video and stuff like that. And
dude, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
dude, fuck yeah. Okay,
it's fun, man.
Dude,
it's really fun to see the process. Like Reuben might not be like sitting down editing with me, but like he's my go-to. Like, dude, does this look sick? What about this? How's this sound? Blah, blah, blah. Like, he's really like my eyes and ears. Like, he's my editor. And likewise, when he does an interview, I'm his editor.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Anytime I'm, you know, trying to get a draft going, and, you know, I'll send it to Shields and I'll be like, hey, dude, like, what do you think of this pull quote? What do you think about this section? Like, do we need to cut this? Do we need to keep this in? Like, what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we bounce a lot of ideas off of each other, and, you know, it definitely helps because, you know, he sees things that I will miss and vice versa. So it's glad we're able to back each other up in that way.
Yeah.
Because we have on the site, like, besides our videos, we also have like Q&A style interviews like that you would find in a print magazine.
You're doing a full publication.
Oh yeah.
It's all online, but yeah, we're trying to do a little bit of everything because I can't make a video on every single person.
Yeah,
but I can call somebody over the phone and talk to them for an hour and then transcribe it and then give photos.
Sick.
Like,
and we call that section dropping in.
Okay.
Yeah, because dude, yes, I really want to talk about this.
Okay,
let it rip.
Wait, so this is you want to talk about dropping in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sorry. So the whole point of that Q&A section is to encourage people to drop in on their friends and see how they're doing. So one thing that really kind of shook me as a skateboarder and as a person this year was the passing of Ben Ramers.
Okay.
He committed suicide, for all you don't know, and he was the most seemingly happy-go-lucky person.
Yeah. Kano, sorry to interrupt just real quick, but if you remember when we got a chance to skate with all the tilt mode dudes, on our animal style trip up to San Jose, Ben was there. It's the first time
Ben was there.
Ben was there. Yeah.
Oh,
Ben was there.
Shit.
Jerry was there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Dude, Caswell was there.
Yeah.
Dude, the Gap to 5-0.
Yeah.
Thanks,
the
dude.
fucking
But
gnarliest thing ever. Sorry, yes.
no.
Sorry.
Thank
No,
you.
dude,
Thank you. But
shout out.
yeah, Ben was there, and yeah, I mean, it hit close because, you know, I like, obviously it was a team that I was associated with. I never like made it on the team and like had a spot, but it was people that I had the opportunity to skate with from time to time. And Ben was a really nice guy, just always laughing and, you know, sharing fun memories and fun events with his friends. And yeah, it shook both of us really. I mean, it was heavy.
I didn't know him, but man, did I tear up reading Louis Barletta's letter on Thrasher. Like, that was harsh, man. But the fact that all his friends like knew him and saw him every day and didn't know that something was going wrong, like, that really inspired me to check in on my friends and see how they're doing. And maybe I didn't talk to them in a while and just see what they're up to. And then while I'm at it, you know, we'll get into like a little bit of what they're doing, how they got into skating, stuff like that. So just like you would drop in on your family if you're in the hood or in their neighborhood or something, you just like drop in at the skate park, you know, you drop in on your friends.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You want to make sure to drop in on your friends, but you also don't want to drop in on your friends at the skate park.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I like that double meaning. I mean, we were talking about meanings earlier today with the green, because that's the constant thing.
It's money, baby.
Dude, always gotta hustle, man.
That's right.
But
we're not doing this for money.
No. But I mean, it's hustle too. It's like, you know, one thing I just want to put, because I keep forgetting it, I want to talk about the origin story. So before I finish this point, I was just going to say, it's like, eventually, dude, everything that you're doing is either working for yourself or you're working for somebody else. I currently work for somebody else. That's fine. So if I continue to do that the time that I actually have off from doing that job, I have to make sure that I'm doing something for myself. That's why you got to do this. It's like, yeah, money, not really. That's just something right now. Maybe one day, maybe, sure, yeah. But right now, this is just, again, building that network, doing these things. Like, who knows where this could lead?
Dude, that's a great point. I totally agree with you on that.
It's like, you have to do something for yourself. And that's at the end of the day. It's like, I could sit here and watch TV for fucking 8 hours. Or I could sit here, I can hang out with sometimes people that I've known for almost a decade, or people that I've never met before, and I get to have this like enriching conversation with them. And it's also checking in. It's like getting to know, like, dude, hell yeah. Like, there's still connection here. We don't have to be on our fucking phones all the time. Like, granted, I have to use my phone to do this. Case in point.
Yeah, dude, we were on the gram today, but it was fun, man.
Dude.
Showing people like you doing rock kickflips, man, that makes me happy.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I was itching for a rock kickflip.
Dude,
I was like, that's, for those of you that don't know, I'm gonna put Kano on blast. Kano's rock kickflips are fucking dope.
Rock backside flip too, in that one ditch.
Only once.
Yeah.
Only once. And that was
He's got variations.
He inspired me to learn rock shove it.
No.
Which is a far lesser trick.
Dude.
But
hey, I never did that. So hats off to you, sir.
Dude.
But I mean, that's also, I think, one thing I wanted to get into. I mean, you're doing a skateboard publication for both of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've known you guys, especially at OB Park. I think, Nick, I met you either there or with Reuben, somewhere along the line.
Oh, actually, I know where I met you.
Where'd you meet me at?
Dude, I met you, remember those San Diego Am Slams?
Yes.
Yeah, I met you there with Hodge, because, funny story, I met Hodge in the emergency room.
Oh, the day he broke his arm.
Yeah, at City College. I've broken a lot of bones, but I had broken my hand one of the numerous times I met Hodge in the emergency room. And then I saw him at the Am Slam, and he was with you, and he was like, oh, Kano, go meet this kid.
Sick.
Shout out Kurt Hodge.
Dude, shout out Hodge. Dude,
Hodge.
He's the fucking man right there.
Yeah.
Dude.
The best.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember anything. Like, I have a terrible memory, but I remember that.
That's fucking awesome. Tell me though, like, what motivated you guys to get into skateboarding for, like, just both of you? Like, who wants to go first?
Oh, dude, let Reuben start this out.
I would love to. Yeah. I mean, honestly, just have to start it out with this. I definitely wouldn't have picked up a skateboard if it wasn't for my older brother Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nate Barrack.
Shout out Nader, the man. Like, the reason that I have passion for this shit, like, since day one. Like, wouldn't be able to do it without him. So very fortunate that I had such an awesome, that I do currently have such an awesome older brother. That
Side note, Nate also helps out with the mag. Like, he's also my go-to guy, like, because he works in TV and stuff. And so I'll send him edits, and he'll give me tips on that. And so, he's
so
and
you
he's
have a little network
skateboarder.
too. You have a little network.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Good,
hey,
G.
we keep it in the family, you know. Like, he also, you know, puts us in touch with other homies that we have making music. Like, I touched on this earlier, just about, you know, skaters that we know personally that produce music for the video content that we're making on the site.
He helps us with that.
Yep, like our friend Alex Sieglin,
Yeah.
also from SD, good friend of ours. A-Nug, shout out.
But
A-Nug.
Reuben, you got into skateboarding because of Nate.
Yeah. Here I go again. Segue. But yeah, I got into skateboarding because my older brother, I saw him go down the street, and I was like, you know, just a little kid instinct. I was maybe 5 or 6 at the time, and I was like, fuck, I want to do that. And I still remember the first day, like, I bugged my parents so much. I was like, I want a board so bad. I didn't even really know what it meant to have a skateboard. I was just like, I think we were maybe in a Walmart or just some shitty convenience store, and I was like, oh my God, like, that looks like a skateboard. Like, I want that. I want to skate that right now.
Yeah.
And, like, would not stop bothering them. I was like, please, like, let me take this home. And, like, I remember the first board I ever had, it was just a shitty board, plastic trucks, like, probably, like, plastic wheels too, just awful. Like, looks like it could have gotten snapped at any fucking second. And that feeling, I still remember just, like, riding down the street of my childhood home, down the sidewalk. Like, the wind was blowing. Like, it was the best feeling. Like, seriously, like,
Sick.
I still,
That's
like,
badass.
yeah, like,
The wind was blowing.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
I was
hey.
gonna say that too. I was like,
Hey,
damn, this is
we
hella,
ma-
like, I'm getting a good
Hey,
visual right now.
We're trying to, this is movie style shit, y'all.
It was
This is
76 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Dude, was your hair kind of how it is now, just like sailing in the wind? Like,
Well, it was also like a miracle of science. I had a beard at age 5. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It was just so weird. Yeah, like full grown beard at age 5. So crazy. But
dude, I believe it. I've never seen you without a beard. I fully believe that.
yeah, but yeah, man. I just I
We used
want
to buy us beer when we were teenagers.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So many good stories. So many good stories.
I love it.
But anyway, man, I love skateboarding so much. It's something that I feel like I can never imagine not doing it. Like, there's a lot of people that, I've moved out of town, I've come back to San Diego, and if I run into like old high school friends or people I've known since elementary, they always ask me like, oh, like, do you still skate? Like, and in my mind, I just laugh, because I'm like, well, if you know me, it's not even a fucking question. Like, I'm never gonna, it's something that I physically can't not do it. Like, if I'm on a session, I have a hard time just like sitting down. Like, I want to be skating at all times. Like, and I still, like, anytime I step on my board, like, I still reflect on the same, it still feels the same to me, like, as that same day that I was riding down the street. Like, and that's the feeling that I want to hold on to. Like, once you lose that and it starts to feel like a fucking job or like a task instead of something that you genuinely love and cherish, like, I don't want to fucking do it anymore,
Dude, completely. I mean, I could not agree more.
Yeah. But it teaches you just so much about life. I mean, teaches you how to be resilient and quick on your feet. Like, we're skateboarders, we improv tricks and so many things, and it's the same with life. Like, you got to be able to, like, hustle and be on your toes, and like, skateboarding really teaches you how to do that. Like, you fall and get back up, and it's cliche, but it's the truth. Like, we talked about this a lot earlier when we were focusing on the interview. It's just like, if you can jump down a gap and punish your body for hours on end, like,
You can do anything.
yeah,
You legit can do anything.
because
like,
it's all mental.
Dude, yeah, I mean, the the physical ability is one thing, but the mental capacity to keep yourself jumping down something after not landing it so many times, that's even harder.
Dude,
Like,
in those days when you don't get the fucking trick, and you're just like so extremely pissed off, and like anything could say is gonna make you feel better. You're like, nah, bro, I don't even look at me, G. Don't sideways, like,
I think I've seen Kato do that.
Probably back in the day, I was
dude.
hella stupid.
Oh man, I wanted to bring this up, but one time,
like when you're skateboarders are like kind of superstitious, right? Like you can put your
superstitious.
hardware in the same spot or like whatever you need to like Reynolds to tap some. One time we were skating in an alley in OB, like that was me and Kano and Kevin Marquez was filming, and like you were gonna skate this gap and you were rolling up and all of a sudden this black cat runs right across the spot and you were like, fuck this, let's go. Like
no way, bro. Fucking forget it. I'm telling you, if I see a black cat run right in front of me, no.
That
is
good.
a sign.
I'm out.
Yeah. That is a sign. I'll come back another day, G. Later.
Oh man, I've never seen that ever again. It was so good.
Dude, especially OB alleys, like you could just, if you're going down like any of those OB alleys that are going downhill and you're going to eat shit, my God, bro. Just like the scrapes you're going to get, forget about it.
Yeah.
Dude, what was that one we bombed for?
Oh, for the extra medium video?
Was that the extra medium where we did the one in Point Loma? That was
Was that Orchard or something?
No, it was, so I don't remember the cross street, but I know that it spit us out. It was an alley that we bombed. It was just a random alley.
Bombed an alley.
Yeah, and like, I spent a good part of my childhood bombing a lot of hills in OB. I mean, I fucking loved it. Like, I'd wake up early at a lot of my friends' houses, like, in particular, my friend Ryan Copo and Dylan Copo. Like, we'd wake up early there, and we'd bomb from the top of Santa Monica all the way down to Sunset Cliffs, like, to Newport. And sometimes it got scary because it's like you're going down those hills and you don't know if fucking car's coming or not. And like,
dude,
I mean, like, not to like steal thunder from GX or anything, but we were pretty sick back then, dude.
Dude, the Santa Cruz Hill is pretty gnarly, or even Hill Street.
Yeah,
ain't nobody bombing Hill Street.
No, fuck no.
Fuck no.
Nobody's bombing Hill
But
Street.
but the one that we did go down, I know that it spat us out into Catalina.
Yeah, it was like off in the. Like if you, I don't know how to describe
it. Was gnarly. It was super gnarly. It's the
Crusty
steepest hill I've ever
alley.
seen in a video ever. Yeah.
That was fun.
Like Nuge has nothing on that.
Remember when
extra
like,
medium hill.
do you remember
Yeah.
when we were like going and then
It was
some
insane.
people broke off and went into that lawn? Did you go in the lawn? I went in the lawn.
Yeah, you guys did it before, OJ.
Fucking dude. What's OJ? Oh, OJ Wheels did it?
Yeah, no, they did that. They had that scene where they all crashed into the lawn or whatever.
Oh, did they?
The heaviest slam of all time. Yeah. Or have you ever seen that clip? It's so.
Wait, on the same hill, or is this?
No.
I'm
I'm just
just
fucking with you.
What? I was like, really?
I was just saying you guys were sliding into lawns before
Well,
they
dude,
were.
that lawn, I think it might have been me and Doug, actually. Like, we fucking both hit the grass, and we thought we were going to keep rolling, but we both fucking, like, flew. And then it just, like, hit the fucking grass and, like, slid. And I was like, oh, my God, bro. I got up. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I got tanked.
This was supposed to be the intro for the video.
Yeah.
It feels like I just got a battle trying to clip for hours, bombing a fucking hill.
But with, like, 8 or 9 people at the same time. That was
Smoked.
scary. That was scary. Anyways.
Yeah, wait. Sorry. Nick, I want to hear how you got into skateboarding.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
I was hoping that we would just skip it. But no,
Sorry,
I'm just
bud.
kidding.
Can't forget about that.
Man.
This guy.
I mean, when I was a kid, I went through my run of just like plastic boards or whatever, but I never really got into it. And then when my parents got divorced at a young age, my mom moved to OB and she was like, hey, there's a skate park in our new hometown. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, whatever. And then, like went there and checked it out just from the gates or whatever, like found a random wheel, took it home and was just like, I got this wheel. Like,
he just took a wheel.
Getting hyped on a wheel, amazing.
Yeah. And then I think the board I had before, like a real shop board, was like from a 1-800 commercial that had like lights in the deck and like the wheels were like see-through urethane that had lights in them when you rolled and shit. It was tight. But
it's like a photon board.
Before that, it was a shitty photon board. It was like literally like there was a 1-800 commercial on Nickelodeon or whatever. My mom called and I got one.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, but
sick.
But anyways, for my 12th birthday, I like saved up all my birthday money to get like a real shop board. And I actually went to like the shop beforehand. I had enough for just a deck, so I had just the deck for a few months. And I was really into like, Jackass and like Viva La Bam and stuff. And I bought an Element board, but it was like an Element Twigs deck, which is those tiny ones.
Yeah.
And like I'm a big dude. I've been a big dude my whole life. And I went back to the shop with the rest of my birthday money to get the rest of stuff. And the dude was like, are you sure you want to set this up? So he let me. Caleb? No, I don't know who.
You went to Pride, yeah? That was where you set up your first board?
Yeah.
Wow.
And And he let me switch it out for like the team logo, like the black and white and red, and then got like black Indies, the Autobahns with the red cores. Yeah, I've been riding Indy ever since, and that was like my first board with the fucking cutout in the middle with like an Element sticker or something on the grip. Like, yeah,
sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I just started skating with, I grew up in Ocean Beach, San Diego, and that's just like skateboarding is the culture there, and like my friends did it, and I just kind of followed them around. And I was never the like gifted, like there's some naturally talented skateboarders out there that like catch on right away. I was never that. Like I tried really, really hard to get to the few things that I can do now, and like
fuck yeah, that's still rad, dude.
Yeah, and I just stuck with it, and all my friends kind of, or not all of them, but a lot of my friends kind of dropped off and like stopped skating as we got older, and I was the one who just loved it maybe a tiny bit more and just kept with it no matter what.
Dude, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, when I started, the whole reason I got the name Conovision was because I was like the shitty dude in our group. Like, all the other homies were super good, like doing like blunts, front blunts.
Conovision, dude. Didn't your license plate say Conovision?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it was a nickname that stuck because I actually had the camera. I was like the shitty dude, but didn't skate that well, but I could film everybody. And so that's how the nickname happened. But dude, I was also the one that, like, because they were also fucking good, I just wanted to keep learning. And then I was like, oh, we're going to move to LA. And then you get opportunity. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to move to LA because that's where all the skateboarders are. Like, at the time. And it was just like, boom. And then that led into a whole nother thing.
When I met you, dude, I met you when you were like my age now, like 24, 25. But like when I met you, you were killing it. Like,
dude, I wasn't though.
Dude, weren't you getting like hooked up?
I was.
Like Habitat?
Yep. Yeah. I was on Flow, and that's before I got hired to work for them. Because, dude, I remember there was like one guy who commented. He was like, he's a fucking rep. I was like, okay, first of all,
fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Wherever you are now,
first.
fuck you.
I was like, I got
chances
sponsored
are
first.
you're not doing shit.
Yeah. I was like, what a dick. But no,
it was Austin Gillette.
Dude, it's funny. Dude, Austin took one of my CDs out one time when I went on tour with them, and he like wrote on this CD. It was like, this CD sucks. Because he was just like not feeling my music. Because I was sitting in the very front seat and everybody else was sitting in the back. It was hilarious. But no, I had a guy, and no hate. It's just a dude who I used to like. He was a team manager, and he looked at me and he was like, "Hey man, like, as a skater to skater," and he used to be a pro skater. He's like, "Dude, if you would have been a pro skater, even 5-10 years ago, you'd have been fine. You'd be a pro skateboarder right now." But he's like, us being in the generation, like the Animal Style guys were in that generation where it was like like we were already like kind of like hitting our prime essentially when Lakai Fully Flared came out, and then all the younger dudes started doing fully flared shit, and it was like, that's when the game shifted, like kind of in our little heyday, if you will, of skating. And then it was like, oh shit. And then, like, I was kicking it with a bunch of homies in LA at that time. We all skated with Mike Moe and shit, and you just see the elevation.
Yeah, because you lived in Simi Valley, too, yeah?
I lived in the Valley, but I skated in Simi Valley all the time. Mike Moe was there, Nick McLeod, the homie Dickie, like, just random homies, and then, like, extremely fucking good dudes. Dude, there would be one night we were at the Chatsworth Courthouse. It was, like, Nigel, Paul, Jeremy, Lamar Hemmings. Fucking like all these other homies that I skate with. This dude Val, Brian, Passover, this dude Carlos, all these dudes from the Valley. And then they would bring random dudes like Sarah Bassett would be there, or all these, and they're just like these endless games of skate, bro. Like Paul and Mike Moe would do these fucking battles of skate at the skate park, and we're all just looking like, at this point we're like smoking cigs, we're like joints, we're like, are these fools really going at it? Like big ass games of skate. We'd have lines, like we'd put up boxes and fucking flat bars and like trash cans and stuff. Dude, that's why, like, dude, to me, I never once was ever reaching that level. Those dudes would jump on rails too, like.
Yeah. Isn't that, I mean, this is like a little bit different, but isn't it funny, like when people who don't skate ask you, like when they find out you skate, they're like, are you good? And you're like, to you, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Do you know how to skate? No, then yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm amazing.
If you ask the dudes at the park, I'm all right.
Yeah, it's like, did you? I mean, we were all witness to the destruction sesh that we saw going up the Euro gap today.
At
By that
Memo?
dude Nolan. Yeah. I was like,
and that other fool was doing tray flip no slides.
dude,
or whatever?
okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, the
Can we
young
just talk
homie.
about Nolan's nollie backside flip? That was just like steez out
Yeah.
the ass.
So
like,
good.
yo, it was so perfect.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. It
Yeah.
was so like
Yeah.
ah,
I want to know that dude's story. You should get him on here.
dude.
I used to work
Yeah.
with his mom at Stone.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
word.
She was like, my son skates. His name's Nolan. I was like, I know Nolan. He doesn't just skate, he rips.
Yeah.
Is he pro for Arts and Rec? Because his
No.
his name is
Oh,
on the
is-
bottom of a board there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I didn't.
It
Dang, I
says
didn't see
Nolan
that at
House.
all.
Maybe
Okay.
did he do the art or something?
Maybe that's what it is.
That's sorry, that was very rude of me to just not believe you and just assume he was.
He was skating that board today.
Oh,
It said his
sick.
name on
I
it.
hope
Oh,
so,
damn.
dude. He rips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's the man. I mean, he's definitely been like when Arts and Rec got started. Like he's been like one of the main dudes back in that brand. Like every clip
Oh,
he puts
really?
out, yeah, every clip he puts on Insta, and like he
Yeah.
edits a lot of the videos because he films a bunch with Kellen.
Yeah.
So like all the stuff that Kellen puts on his Instagram and Arts and Rec Instagram is like filmed by Nolan. Like,
Oh, really?
oh yeah, for sure.
See, I didn't know this. Okay,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Yeah, he's a main proponent for
Dude,
like
he's
their
been
content.
I want to
He's
get
been
the
at
Arts
Memo
and Rec
forever,
guys.
dude.
Yeah, no, I know.
All for like ever like.
I didn't think he
Like
was gonna
10
remember
years.
me, and he walked right up to me. and Was like, "How you doing, G?" I'm like,
Dude,
"What the
yeah.
fuck, dude? Dude, what's up, man?" Like, I felt like, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, cool, he knows me."
Yeah. It's cool when you go back to a park like that you haven't been doing in a while and you see the scene still going and like
Oh,
the
dude.
same dude's holding it down.
But they're still so
They're
fucking
still so
good.
good.
They're even
Yeah.
better now.
yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, with all these other parks opening up in San Diego, Memo has definitely gotten a lot less love.
dude, 100%. I remember. I mean, God, it sounds so fucking old, but it's like, dude, the heyday, bro. Like, when
Yeah.
it was like that was the park, that was the new park, and it was so fucking packed.
Yeah.
You're dodging people left and right, which also made it really cool at the same time because you were like, you're gonna fucking land a trick up the Euro that people are just going back to back. It's like a am slam, best trick or something.
Seriously.
And then all of a sudden there's people going each direction too, so you're like trying to dodge them while you're rolling away, but so you gotta like look hella fast, and it's like, oh shit. But it's so awesome at the same time.
Yeah, everybody just fed off of that energy, and yeah, that park.
That happened today, dude.
Yeah, yeah, recreated some of that magic.
There
for
was
sure.
a serious sesh going on up the Euro today,
yeah.
which was tight.
Yeah. Dude, back heel.
Dude,
That was so sick.
I was caught in the moment because you guys were just fucking killing it, and I was like, damn it. I honestly, I can't tell if my calf actually hurts or if I'm just like sore. So we'll see tomorrow. But one thing I keep getting off track about this. I want to ask before I forget this time. Why Shieldless Mag? Like, what is the origin name of
Ooh.
this of the online publication?
So okay, I'm gonna let Nick take this one, and then I'll jump in about halfway through.
Ruben will make it deeper than
No,
I will.
no. No, I mean legit. We'll stay tuned and find out.
Tune in next week.
No, fuck
I'll still
that.
be talking.
just
It's all
kidding.
good.
No. So, I mean, you already said it. My name is Nick Shields. It's my government name.
Yep.
Shields. And
Shields.
so coming up with a name for anything nowadays is fucking hard. Like everything's taken. Everything. But I saw the word shieldless somewhere and it was related to bearings. And I was like, that's dope. I always pop the shields off my bearings just because that was something that I always saw pros do growing up.
He's the reason that I did that. Also, like
Yeah.
he's
Well, it makes a way sicker sound.
Yeah.
I hate
Well,
quiet boards.
and I never we were in Route 44 one day, and Nick was like, "Why don't you pop your shields off your bearings?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, you didn't know that was a thing." And I'm like, I'm sorry, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
you don't know it's a thing?
yeah, like Nick fucking schooled me and was just like, "Let me show you what's good." And I was like, "All right, dude." Like Nick is also the reason that I ride Mob Grip Tape. And
my goodness.
Indies. Yeah, Nick, honestly.
This is not an ad.
No, it's not.
But if you want to pay us, Connor will take your money.
Yeah.
I will definitely
Yeah.
take your money.
Yeah, that's funny, dude. I never thought about that. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I always rode my bearings shieldless. So, and I was like, whoa, my name's in that word. And I do that. And then I thought about it and I was like, that's kind of funny, dude. Like, it's shieldless. Like, without shields, but it's my thing. Like I'm a part of it. I just thought it was like a funny kind of thing. And then you can get all deep into like breaking barriers and like getting deeper into people's personalities and things like that. And
whoa, get back into that. You're
Well,
kind of skimming over that.
Well,
Is that where you're
that's
gonna
where
come in right
that's
here?
where
yeah,
I'm
that's where
coming in.
Reuben comes in.
Okay,
This
'cause
is
wait,
my
yeah.
cue.
So, because I presented the name, I told Reuben, like, let's start a magazine. And then I was like, hey, what about this? It was the first thing that popped in my head, like, and we stuck with it.
Yeah. And for me, I really liked it because it had that kind of childhood element where it was like it's something that we always did and we still do to this day as skateboarders. Like we always pop our shield off our bearings. But, you know, the ideology behind it is essentially it's like, you know, when you pop your shields off your bearings, it makes a sound. It produces an effect. It's louder. And like that's what we're doing with the guests that we're presenting for the publication. Like we want skateboarders to be louder and be represented and be heard, just like yeah, exactly. So
all
like
right.
so that, you know, the stuff that we do, we, you know, we want it to have a double meaning, just like with dropping in on your friends or skaters doing things. Or
So there's like a deeper underlining theme to more than just skateboarding. Dropping in on your friends. You're also checking in on. You're getting to know these people on a deeper level.
Yeah,
Okay.
and being shieldless in a sense means just erasing the boundaries and the constructs of what we think skateboarders are supposed to be and mean to not only just skateboarders but society as a whole. You know, a lot of people get pigeonholed and deemed as, oh, you're a skateboarder, so you're associated with, you know, the underbelly of society, and you know, you see the world in a way that, you know, people try to, you know, they don't want that to be shown. They don't want skaters to like have a voice and be loud, which I also think is ironic because, you know, skateboarding is about to be in the Olympics. Like it's something that is exponentially exceeded its roots, and now it has become globalized and monopolized, but it's still fucking illegal.
I mean, I get it because like as I get older, I start to think about like, okay, we're destroying property, right? That's like the whole thing. But like, if we're not destroying the property and you're just skating down the street, like if you go to San Diego State, you can get tasered by skating your fucking board or something like that. It's like,
It's insane.
It's ridiculous. All that being said, though, I do like that there's a deeper meaning to that. And I mean, are you guys going to promote that as much of, I mean, because you guys, it's no secret. Like, I mean, when you guys were promoting the episodes, I saw the one about the guy who does the resale shirts or whatever like that.
Yeah.
You're also promoting it more than just skateboarding. It's like, this is, he skates, but this is also what he's doing. You're like, you're using it to utilize other things. Are you guys going to make that part of, you know, future episodes? Maybe somebody who might be battling with mental illness or
absolutely
something like that, you know, somebody who might be skating, but is like, hey, you know, I'm very open about like anxiety.
Dude,
or
I would love to.
Yeah,
that would be, I would. I mean, that's very like serious thing to handle, and like that's a very serious task, and you know, I would definitely want to represent that well. But yeah, I'm totally open to it.
So what do you guys think is going to be, you know, how many episodes in are you now, or webisodes, or
we've
content?
got 3 videos and on the site, as well as 2 Q&A written interviews.
Now, and all of this was launched within the last month.
Okay. So you're putting out something about once a week?
Well, so that was all launched at once. And
okay, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
so we left
it was a grand launch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we left it there for now just to like have content, so if people stumble upon it, it's not just like one thing on a website, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing down here. Well, I live up in Portland, Oregon, but I'm down here for the weekend to create more content. We're sitting on a couple of things that are ready to drop, but we're just waiting on some more just like very small things. And then I'm down here and we're creating content as we speak.
So how far out are you guys planning this? Like months in advance?
When did I text you?
I don't know, man. You actually text me like, I mean, not a lot, but like we've been talking for quite some time. So
yeah, but I think when I actually reached out to you to do the interview or to meet up today,
it was like a month.
It was like a month out or so.
That's perfect.
My plan.
That's good. That's solid.
I was like, I'm gonna book a trip to San Diego for 5 days and see who I can meet up with in that 5 days.
Dude.
And you were one of the first. You were like somebody that we wanted to do something with. So.
Dude, I honestly was really thinking that.
Yeah, and it's dope. Like we don't get to kick it all the time, and I haven't seen you in a while. And when I do, it's kind of like, you know, at Shockus Day or something like that, and it's about something else, you know.
Yeah.
So like, it's cool to kick it with you today and just, you know, talk and
fucking
catch up.
hang out. Yeah, dude. Well, because like we kicked it a lot when I was living in OB.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you gave me my first Big Sean CD. I don't know if you know that. I be like a huge Big Sean fan because of that. Yeah,
sick.
You gave
Shields
it to
is
me.
a hip hop connoisseur.
Dude,
You're welcome, Big Sean.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome, Big Sean. Yes. I mean, he definitely was better around the time you were giving me CDs, but like, I took that on a trip. Yeah. Like I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna fucking listen to this Big Sean, and then
Austin Gillette threw it out the window.
This CD isn't good.
No, bro, it was so good.
Damn you, Austin,
dude. No, it was fucking amazing. But like, I really like how all this is kind of panned out with like what you guys have been talking about, and I think it's rad that you're doing this whole publication. I mean, what do you think? I know you're planning it like a month out, you know, but have you thought about like, you know, you guys asked me earlier, like what's kind of like, not the end goal, but what's like your goal?
The goal.
What's your goal right now with Shieldless Mag?
So our immediate goal for the near future, we want to make it to a year. And as soon as we make it to a year, we want to release a book of all of our favorite publications that we put out, articles on the site, and fill it with a lot of photos. So we're going to have a bunch of contributing photographers for that. Eduardo has been a huge help with us so far, getting it going from the ground running. So we want to feature a lot of his photos. Friend Steven Levas has
Squid Files.
Dude, yeah.
Seriously.
The homie. Get him on here, dude.
Yeah, get Steven on here because, yeah, he is an interesting dude. He knows everything there is to know about photography when it comes to lighting, editing.
Dude, he did a Blood Wizard series for them. That's so sick.
Dude, Steven's very interesting. He's told me so many crazy stories. I'm just like, what the fuck? How did you end up in that situation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's tight.
Yeah, so yeah, we definitely would like to, you know, like, I mean, I don't want to speak on behalf of Nick, but I mean, I get really hyped on a lot of the articles and publications that Jenkum puts out. And they do a lot of yearly features where they compile a series of articles that they've made and a lot of photos. So we essentially are trying to do something in a similar vein. So we just want to have a collection, a series that we can make and compile it into a really strong quality book. So that's definitely a goal. Obviously, we have a lot more to produce before we can get to that point, but I think if we keep it going at this rate and, you know, keep our mission statement and intentions in mind, I don't think we'll have an issue getting there.
A year is,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like I can contribute to that, like kind of as like another point is like, dude, I feel the same way. Like I'm coming up on a year, but it's like, okay, is it a year or is it 100 episodes? It's like, okay, well, let's go 100 episodes. But it's also like coming up on a year and it's like, should I be more ahead?
Well,
like,
I mean, 100 episodes would be like an episode a week. That'd be like 2 years.
It's yeah. So I'm gonna, if I keep going at the rate I'm going right now,
Math.
I'll basically be
What's
like,
that?
Sorry.
By the end of the year, it'll be like 80 episodes. So I'm like, I'll get through 100, but way before 2 years. So
Okay,
it'll probably
sick.
be like a month or two into January,
Hell yeah.
February.
Cool.
But then it's like, do I keep going or like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
the next step after that?
Yeah, man. You feel it out. Yeah. I mean, it's all about setting like short-term goals for yourself. Like our goal was to get the site launched, and that was a big thing for us.
Yeah,
and then
it's as it should be.
Yeah, and so like we've just been kind of, I mean, I don't want to say we've been chilling. Like we've still been working hard, but like we got our content out, and then now we're working on more content. But yeah, going back to the book that Reuben was talking about, like I found out that when you put the word magazine in something that you're doing, people ask you if you're printing stuff. Like that's all that anybody ever asked me is like, oh, are you going to print anything? Are you going to print anything? And
Yeah.
I'm like, how ironic is that like magazines are dying out and like Transworld doesn't do print, and like people that's all people want to see. But
well, people want the print because they want to still physically touch it because nothing's in print anymore.
But they want it for free, and they're not going to pay for it.
No,
I feel like.
No,
I'm sorry.
Not like every month or whatever. That's why I think Jankum thing is cool. Like just once a year, put out your best stuff, charge like a little bit more money for it, and the people who want it. But whatever. Long-term goals. I want to see us make it to a year, but I just want to do more videos. I want to do more videos. I want Reuben to do more interviews, and I want to see more photos, and I just want to like help more people like get the word out there about what they do. That's all I want.
I like that.
Yeah.
So when you guys are choosing guests, do you get to like, this is your week, or is it more just like, this is who we both mutually decide on, and this is going forward?
I'd say it's a mutual thing for sure.
It depends on like the person. Like obviously a lot of our connections are in San Diego, so like if it's somebody we need to, I don't know, get photos of, like Reuben will meet up with them and interview them and like do that.
Oh, sick. Okay, so you guys can do that easily.
Or like we work with somebody like Eduardo who knows a lot of the same people as us and already has like a backstock of photos. And so I can do the interview and he'll supply the photos. Like,
so who's Eduardo?
It depends. Eduardo Sanchez. He's like an OB Park loc, younger than us. He's probably like 21 or something.
Oh yeah,
and
works at Flappy's.
Dude, you've seen his photos all over Instagram. Any photo you see at like Shock Spark or something, like he probably took it of like Coogan or Stevie or whoever. Like, yeah, he's.
Dude, are you guys gonna get Coogan on here?
Yes.
Dude.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Dude, that guy. Yes. I don't know, dude. I know Dowdy. I know people who know him, but like, I see what he's doing. I'm like, fuck, that dude shreds.
Yeah, we already hit him up.
Yeah,
for sure.
we reached out to him because like you talked about. I actually was kind of inspired by your Chris Russell episode because you guys talked about him, and I was like, oh, we can do a thing on like Coogan, and like he was already on my list because he's an awesome skateboarder. But I was like, oh, hey, is him and his cooking or whatever.
Dude, I want to get him on the show for sure. Chris Coogan, if you ever hear this, I'm gonna reach out.
You're also like the best skateboarder in San Diego.
Dude, yeah. How do you do kickflip back tails on that fucking thing in OB?
How do you do big spin back tail slides? Not stalls, fucking slides on the large, dude.
How do you back nose blunt the whole bank to ledge?
Dude, I was there when he nose blunted that.
Front nose blunt.
Dude, front nose blunt.
But the back nose blunt on the extension at the most recent Shaka Stay. Oh man.
So gnarly.
Yeah, for those of you that didn't see that in person, you fucking missed out.
But dude, and then on top of that, I mean, just to even like not make it all about skateboarding, the dude's like an amazing cook.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's exactly what we want to talk to him about.
Dude, one of my things I have we were talking about this earlier. It's like I like to have chefs on. I think it's really, really cool. I really appreciate what chefs do because I think it's even more so about passion and taste and so many other things than anything I can do in coffee. There's so much more in cooking. But that said, there's a chef who comes into the coffee shop every morning, and I asked him, hey, have you heard of that thing like hashtag like True Cooks? And he's like, oh yeah. And then because I always see that dude Coogan putting True Cooks, and it's like, dude, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, this is what you do, bro? Like, you shred that hard, and you're standing right next to me chopping some onions? Can we be friends?
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Yeah,
dude, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff. I think it's really cool that you guys are, it's a year. So how many months are you in right now?
Well, I mean, from the launch of the website has been coming up on a month, but we've been working on it for pretty much since like the beginning of the year.
So do you count?
I'd say we count the launch of the website.
The launch of the website is when you would count a year.
Yeah. I mean, the conception of the idea is one thing, but I'd say let's count the launch of the website, which is July 30th.
Agreed. I feel like this is when couples talk about like, well, when's our anniversary? Like,
was it when we started dating or was it
like when we started talking?
Dude, well, I have the same question in my own head. It's like the first episode that I really recorded to like start this was December like 6th or something like that.
But you released it later?
I released 11 episodes on February 6th or February 8th.
Yeah.
So
I'd go February 8th, like the day it went public,
year.
Yeah.
It was like 2.5 months of fucking work into it, though. That's what I was like. It's like really a year and 2 months.
I don't know, but it really becomes a thing once it goes live. Like it's different.
Dude, once you put it out there, you can't take it back now. There's no erase button on the internet.
Yeah. And thank you for the kind words about saying that it was cool or whatever. Like, we've gotten really good feedback on it, and we're really hyped about that.
We really do appreciate the love. Especially, I just wanted to touch on what Nick was saying earlier about, just the necessity of print publication. Like, one of our good homies reached out, Kevin Marks, who runs Look Back, and he messaged Nick directly and was like, so what's going on with this? Like, he has such an eye into the world of print publication. Like, and
sick.
Yeah, that's the dude who runs like the skate library, like the Look Back library. He has like the biggest magazine collection ever, and he like
that's what I was gonna
goes
ask. I was like, wait,
around.
what's Look Back?
Yeah,
he would also be a good person to
Yeah.
have.
Jankum did a piece on him. His house is like just like a skateboard magazine museum. Like, he's got every issue of everything, and like travels the world and sets up small libraries at skate shops and stuff.
Yeah, I think he currently has at least 4 or 5 in the U.S.
Oh, way
What?
more than that. Way more.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What, dudes
But-
here in San Diego?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He used to run Overload.
Wait, Aaron?
No. Kevin Marks. So he was the original owner of Overload Skate Shop when it was.
In Claremont?
No. Well, so that was the second location that they had opened up, and that was near Claremont Skate Shop. But the original Overload location was on University,
Yeah.
and the cross street was Grimm.
Yeah.
So Kevin was the original owner. He had a video production, I guess company, or however you'd phrase it, but it was called Overboard. And so he was always into like collecting videos and like other like memorabilia and print publication associated with skateboarding. And pretty much to my, over the last decade, he's just really, his entire life that he's been skateboarding, he's just been collecting.
The dude has a
every
lot
issue.
of magazines.
Yeah. He's got a lot. Yeah. To sum it up, in conclusion.
Yeah. And anyways, right when we launched, he messaged me and was like, "Are you guys doing print?" And I was like, "Whoa, all right." Not yet, man.
But it's an honor, because it's like,
yeah.
for somebody with such an extensive collection like that to reach out and already want to like, be a part and support what we're doing, I think is awesome. So that's why it's like, I would hope that when we get to a point when we have enough content to generate a book or anything that we can put out and share with everybody, like, I'd hope that it'd be something he would add to one of his libraries,
Dude, I completely agree. I would be badass, because you'd be like, oh, if somebody was like, hey, do you have that Shieldless Magazine? I'd be like, dude, yeah. Like, I actually have all their copies. Here's issue 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Dude.
But yeah, my point was just like all the love and support that we've gotten, obviously nobody's going to talk shit to our faces or whatever, but we've gotten a lot of love on everything that we put out so far. And
Sick.
That's also what keeps us going.
Do you have any, if you could pick a dream guest or somebody that you really want to get on that, anybody that you just, somebody?
Oh, dude, like just the list of homies that we have right now, I just can't wait to get through. Like Shuriken,
Shuriken will be tight.
Kugan, I can't wait to get on. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to get like some elite dude right now. I just want to get the homies in there, and I think that's gonna be fun.
Dude, Shuriken will be fun.
Yeah.
That fool's always doing something sick.
Yeah. And we grew up skating OB Park, skating Shaka's Park, and always saw Shuriken and Mallory skating all the time. So
yeah, we haven't even mentioned McKinney. We did a video on Dave McKinney.
Well, yeah,
and Anthem,
I wanted to ask you guys about
Yeah.
like the episodes that you've done so far.
Yeah.
Well,
just my point was that we did one of our first videos on Dave McKinney, who started Anthem Skateboards, who Reuben is riding for. And he's just somebody that we grew up watching, and like was the older homie at the park that looked out for us
shredded
and
always.
like encouraged us to like learn these tricks or do these tricks or whatever. And always looked up to him. So we were really happy to get to do that video on him. And he's a family man. And
yeah, man. Just moved back to Santa Cruz, right?
Yeah.
He's working at NHS.
yeah, he is. And I couldn't be happier for him, because they essentially created a job for him so that he could come and work there.
What is he doing there?
So he's a graphic designer, and he does a lot of the lookbooks for Cut and Sew apparel. So I know he's doing it for Creature and Indie, and I think he's probably doing it for some of OJ's stuff as well. But yeah, so he got that experience also when he was working for Brixton. He worked there for a number of years.
Yep.
And he also went to school for graphic design and learning how to put together a catalog and like all this. I mean, I remember when Nick and I would sometimes get the chance to go skate at the Brixton Park up in Oceanside, and we'd get a chance to take a look at some of the products that they were putting out like 3 years in advance.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like everything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which is insane to like, it's you never get to understand the process of what it's like to keep a brand going like that, but there's so much planning and technique that goes into it.
Yeah, he also before Anthem and before that he had his own leather works company.
Yeah, I remember
Edison Manufacturing, and he had a shop on Ray Street in North Park. Like that dude is an entrepreneur. Like that dude, yeah, he kills it, but he's also such a good skateboarder.
He really is. Yeah.
Like no other. His style is so unique. And
dude, he was one of the first dudes I ever saw doing like stand up 5.0s and like the Mickey Mouse ears in the very beginning of OB. Like when you roll in, you roll up like boom boom boom, you go over.
Yeah.
He would do like stand up frontside 5.0s. I'm like, how in the fuck do you do that? I didn't get it. I was like, I would try and I would do like a little slasher, just like shh. Like, and he's over here just like like, oh damn son, like that's how I remember McKinney when I first met him, and then just seeing all the other crazy shit he'd done, like when they'd have like the trash can extension on the, like that other quarter pipe right there, that, or even just Shawkes, man, just seeing him and Shawkes around the park at OB Park, fucking was the best.
Yeah, can we just take a moment and say rest in peace, Mark Delelis.
Fuck yeah. R.I.P. Shawkes. Fuck yeah.
The big
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Miss you every day, dude. Seriously.
Dude, yeah, let's talk about this. Like Shawkes had a big impact on both of our lives. And not that like I was super close with him, but just seeing him at the park every day, like growing up, and he was a bigger dude like me, and seeing him flow around the park. And I remember asking him like, how do you do that? Like, how do you, like when I was first starting out, like, how do you keep going? He's like, you got to pump. You got to bend your knees when you go in and when you're coming out. And I was like, oh. And so he's the whole reason I know how to skate our outfield.
Really?
Yeah.
And pump transition in general.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And he did a thing, network skate back in the day, where he just pumped out so much content, and it was a really underrated thing, but it brought the skateboard community together, and all that content's still online. But I didn't even realize it like until after we kind of came up with the idea of Shieldless Mag, and then I thought about network, and I was like, whoa, I almost feel like we're like carrying that on a little bit.
Well, that's what I actually want to bring that up.
Yeah.
'Cause that was one thing that I felt kind of resonated with me.
Not that I'm on his level, but I want to think like Shawkes would be hyped on what we're doing.
No, I think that honestly, like, we talked about, the superstition part. I also am very believe in like energy and like what you get out, what you put out, like, and people come together based on certain things, in my opinion. And as you were saying that, I had already thought about this while we've been talking. It's like, dude, there was network skate, and then network kind of just like fell off a little bit. Obviously, once he passed away, like definitely there was no more. But it's like what you guys are doing. You're from the same area. You're kind of doing it a different direction, but it's like a new spin on it. Yeah. But it's like, dude, everybody was down for network. I mean, when Joe had the house too. Yeah. And it was like quarter pipes everywhere, and then like,
so sick.
Like, dude, it was just so fucking legit to have. Like when you would, Shawkes asked you to be on network skate, it was like, dude, oh shit, yeah, like, this is serious.
And like, and I'm like nobody in skating. Like I'm just a little skate rat, but I like filmed a little park edit for like, I don't know, my birthday or something, and I sent it to him just to like get his feedback, and he like posted it on their blog like Fan Friday, and dude, that made my fucking life, dude. I was so stoked that he was like backing me like that when he didn't have to. Like he never cared if I was on a sesh with like all the route dudes or anything. Like he's filming there. He's never cool guyed me once. Like he didn't. Yeah, I have the utmost respect for him and the whole Delelis family.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, he's just, out of all the figures in San Diego and skateboarding beyond that, I mean, he is somebody that looks out for his friends and always did, and like help them. Like he lived 2 houses down from my mom's in North Park, so I would see him all the time. Like I was maybe a freshman in high school when I like really got to know him, and he was working for Vox at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he would come home from working at Vox, and he would like see me skating our driveway out front of the condo, and he would just like pull up and be like, yo, like I got some sample shoes for you, like you're size 9, right? Like give him a shot. Like just always looked out and supported the younger homies, and like made, you know, like he inspired like a younger version of myself to like continue to do what I'm still doing now. And like I'm like forever thankful for that. And yeah, I mean, I really like I don't think I would have accomplished as much as I have in skateboarding if it wasn't for people like him to like just inspire me and show like, you know, just the generosity and genuineness of what skateboarding can bring for, you know, younger kids. Like, I mean, I'm seriously like so stoked that I got to know him and like was lucky enough to live in the same area as him.
Yeah, I mean, that was one thing I also wanted to touch on too. I mean, just to shift gears just a little bit, is that we haven't even touched on is that, you know, so Reuben, I met you in OB at some point. I don't remember how I met you, but I ended up skating with you. And then that led into like our animal style days, and like you had that part with Chris Russell that was just like absolutely phenomenal. But you're still skating. You're still doing it. Do you like, we didn't touch on like, are you still sponsored? Are you like, what's that?
I'm going to grab a beer.
I don't think there's any left.
No?
Go check. You should go check.
I'll
You
check.
should go check. It's totally fine. If there's not, there's vodka right there. And
There's no beers left?
There might not be.
Well, sorry, we're skaters, you know.
No, it happens. But I wanted to like, are you still like trying to be sponsored? Are you still trying to do that? Because you're shredding, you're ripping right now.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm honestly, the main thing that I am 100% committed to right now is trying to finish this video part that I've been working on over the past year and a half with my good buddy Vinny that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the Zero video.
Vinny Dalfio, yeah. Zero. Vinny's filming for the Zero video.
Yeah, sorry, I should have refrained.
Yeah, but he also has a series of videos that he's made called Fuck This Video, which like he's working on his 5th video right now with our good homie Wiz as well. Shout out Wiz, Salt Lake City, he's the fucking man. But we've been working on that video for a while, and like I've always admired the way that he films. Like he totally encapsulates what I love about skateboarding. Like he shows a good balance of people getting really gnarly clips, and he always scores all of his videos to like Modest Mouse and, you know, really dope bands that I fucking love that I grew up watching, you know, since I've been skateboarding. And like I've always just loved his creative direction and how he composes his videos. Like they're fucking rad to watch. Like it gives me that same feeling when I watch somebody like, you know, like our good homie Q Perez. Like when I watch,
dude, Q got so good.
Yeah.
I remember Q from back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and you know, I just like I can't stop shouting out people because seriously, I love skateboarding so much, and it's just like these are all people that get me so hyped to skate. But like, yeah, man, like seeing a part of Q grind a gnarly ass rail, and then seeing like slow mo, like all the homies just like rushing him and like getting hyped and like giving praise and like high fives, and like that type of energy is just so rad. And like you have to be careful about how you capture that, because sometimes it can be corny and it doesn't come across well. But like if you get to know these people and like, you know, you understand that like they also work full time and they grind and they fucking skate really hard and they do exactly what we're doing. And like, you know, Vinny works full time, Q works full time, I work full time, but like we all make time to still like travel around the States and like make time to work on this video. So like right now, like I'm really committed to like putting out this part. It's been about a year and a half in the making, and like I really like, I want it to be like the best thing I've ever put out. Like that,
sick.
Like that's my goal. Like I don't have any other ambitions of like chasing sponsorships and just free product and all that shit. Like it doesn't mean the same thing that it might have meant at, you know,
back
at one
in the day.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, when you're younger, getting a box and like having that show up to your house is like the fucking coolest thing ever. And for me, it was always like out of like necessity, you know, like for the most part, like my mom pretty much raised me and my brother, and like we didn't have money for me to like always have gear and like always have fresh shit. So like for me, it's like I always tried really hard to like get better at skateboarding, like obviously because I wanted to push myself, but it was like, well, like if I'm gonna keep doing this, like I gotta figure out a way to like have, you know, supplies and like be stocked, because it's like my mom can't afford to like buy me a board every fucking 2 weeks. Like if I go out and or if I get a brand new board and then go to a spot and it breaks, like what? Like I couldn't just be like, oh mom, like I know you just got me a board, but like would you mind like getting me another one? Like some kids might have it like that growing up, but I sure didn't. And like for me, it was like I was always motivated by like trying to get better and like figure out different tricks, but also like it was just a thing where it's like if you want to keep skating, you got to find a way to like have shit to keep you going, you know?
Well, yeah, you got to make sure you're landing bolts.
Yeah.
Which
which I'm a stumper.
Yeah.
So if I don't land bolts, that board's done. Like it's
destroyed.
It's getting dusted for sure. But yeah, I mean, for me, being sponsored and the idea of it doesn't mean the same thing that it did when I was younger. Like I'm 25, I work, I'm just.
Are you getting product from anybody right now?
Yeah, I'm getting boards from McKinney, so I'm getting boards
Anthem.
from Anthem.
Sick.
And then I still get stuff through my buddy Jay Lee, who works for Brixton, Jason Lee.
Sick.
Yeah, so like that's always been
Like
a brand.
the actor?
No, not that Jason.
I was like, damn, son, just like a casual name drop. I was like, damn.
No. Which is funny because his Instagram name is Deli Sandwich. He takes really rad photos, and in his Instagram bio it says not that Jason Lee. So that's actually that's tight that we get to address that. But yeah, Jay Lee is the man. Like Brixton has, out of anybody that's ever like given me product and supported me, like they've held me down since I was 17. Like seriously, like they have always made sure I'm taken care of, like offered to like help enter me in like contests and like get my footage out there. Like they like everything that they do is very DIY as well. Like it's a brand that started out of their garage, and like the Stoddard brothers, like I'm seriously like very grateful that just to like represent that brand in any way that I can. And like it's all quality stuff. Like I still have things from like my first box that I still have to this day. Like it's just
Sick.
quality shit. And like it's a brand that I've always loved because Brixton is just entrenched in music and skateboarding and arts, and like they also sponsor a lot of music festivals around the states and do things outside of skateboarding. So it's just it's always a brand that I've really admired, and I'm always been hyped to support them and be a part of it. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I don't have any intentions of ever stopping. Like I'm gonna continue to like try and learn new tricks and like put out the best part I possibly can. But yeah, I mean, if anything,
hammers. Hammers. I already know it's probably gonna be mad hammers.
Stay tuned. But yeah, fuck this video 5. I'm excited and I'm hyped to be doing it with all my friends, and like that's like the main goal that I want from this point on with skateboarding is just to continue to do it with my friends and make parts that we're hyped on, and that's it. Like I don't have any other. I'm not out here like trying to fish for praise and product and like empty shit. Like I just want to like do something I'm proud of.
When is that video coming out?
So there's no set date for it yet. But we're hoping by February of next year.
Okay.
Cause
a little bit of time.
Yeah. So yeah, we still got some time and like trying to rally all the boys, cause for the Fuck This Video crew, it's like we have a lot of people that are, which everybody's spread out. Like we got homies in Vegas and Denver and Salt Lake. So it's like, like it's like trying to
multi-state endeavor.
Absolutely. And like trying to rally that many people and like being like, yo, like we got to go on a trip here. Like who's coming? Like who's hopping in the van? Like what do we got to do to make it happen? Like, and Vinny's really good about rallying people and like getting you hyped to, handle your business. And he always creams the fucking clips. Like he's just the man. Like,
that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I missed that. That.
Yeah. The first time I went to the Southwest was with Vinny and Q and Wiz and our homie Little Tuna.
Did you go to Albuquerque?
Yes.
Dude.
Albuquerque is so fucking sick.
Dude, it's pretty sick.
Yeah. Ryan Maddox. Yeah. Ryan Maddox showed us around. We got to skate some rad ditches out there. We went like through AZ to Albuquerque and then up to Denver, Salt Lake City, back to SD.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go out to Salt Lake. We're not Salt Lake. I'm trying to go to Zion, but Utah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we just did an hour and a half, guys.
Damn.
Like I try to keep it within the hour and a half. So
this is like the most shout-outed episode ever.
Dude,
we dropped so many names.
I mean, it's kind of I think the one that still takes to this day is Paul Sewell. He had probably the most shout outs, and that is no way a bad thing. It's like he's actually coming on the show next week with Dr. Kyle Brown.
Sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
tight.
that's going to be a really fun one. I'm really excited about that. First doctor on the podcast. I knew
He's
it was
a
going to
skateboarder,
happen.
too.
He's a skater.
Dude, send us his number. We'll do a video on him.
Dude, I'm just putting it out here right now.
That's tight.
Anybody who knows an astronaut, that's like the whole goal. Like, I want to have one goal. I want to have an astronaut.
Dude, why
on
didn't you
there.
mention that earlier in the video?
I was actually I didn't think about that till just now because the owner of the shop, who is like also the title sponsor, 7Cs, they're like, he's like, what do you want to really get on here? I was like, I want a fucking astronaut, bro. I want to talk to him about
Joe
space.
Rogan, get an astronaut.
I mean, Joe Rogan would be tight. I'm just saying, like, an astronaut would be even better. I mean, we touched on space earlier. We were talking about Star Trek. What is it, TNG?
Oh, yeah.
The Next Generation.
Oh, man,
Throwing
yeah.
acronyms out at me.
Yeah.
TMNT.
Thank you, Brian Phillips, one of our first segments for dropping in that we did for Shieldless Mag. Another shout out.
Another shout out.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, but he
Well-
introduced me to TNG, and he's the man.
Dude, it's a really good show. It's a really good show.
Dude, did that just come out? That's a new show?
I think, yeah, it's on Netflix, so it's a new show, right?
Oh my God. All right, boys, tell them people where they could find you, personal or just Shieldless Mag.
Yeah. Don't look for me personally, but just find
I did tag you in some of them.
no, I'm just that's fine. I'm just messing. But at Shieldless Mag, if you don't know.
One word.
Yeah, all one word on Instagram. If you don't know how to spell that, it's SHIELDLESSMAG. I almost just spelled my last name.
Did you?
But,
Are you sure you spelled that?
yeah, I don't know. But it's I before E. A lot of people don't realize that. Or the best way is shieldlessmag.com.
At the website.
That's right. It's where you find all of our segments and all of the features that we'll be posting.
You could also search us on YouTube. Shieldless Mag on YouTube.
Okay, perfect. And they can watch all your videos
Yeah,
there.
subscribe and just like, because that's the platform that we're going to use to post them to the website. So
All right.
if you're logged into that, you can just keep up to date.
Subscribe, people. You heard it here
Yeah.
first. Ruben, do you want to give your personal?
Oh.
That's a good one.
Oh, man. Do you want to know the story behind the personal?
I'm sure.
No, just say what it is and we'll
Okay.
end it there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I know. It's coming to an end. I'm sad. I wish I could talk forever. So my personal Instagram is waxdaddy66slicks.
6 slicks.
66slicks.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, T Guns, for coming up with that one for me.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
All right. So, boys, thank you so much for coming on the show. I can't wait till the episode's out. Please, whenever there's like an episode or whatever, please send it over. I will definitely promote anything you guys send over, period.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having us. And thank you for letting us film you today.
Dude, that
Yeah.
was
It was a
today
lot of
was
fun.
the sesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was on today was real. I
Yeah.
can't wait till that comes
Keep
out.
you know what you should do is subscribe to the YouTube so that you can see our episode with Kano Cardenas.
That's
on
right.
Caffeine and Green.
Oh
That's
shit.
right.
Oh, cross promotion,
Yes.
son. All right, boys.
Keep an eye out.
Thank
Dude,
you, Kano.
Thank
You're the
you,
man.
guys.
Thank
you. Give me some. All right, get some. Peace.